Welcome to Workout Wednesday. Who showed up with some tennis shoes today? Because we have a running story to talk about. But first, tea time. Today's tea, oh yes, lemon lift. Anybody need a little lift today on this hump day? Hump day, workout Wednesday, and I have lemon lift tea and my Fortitude cup because we're going to talk about this word today because these shoes and this word, oh my, Fortitude. If you don't know what it means, look it up. It was my word of the year last year, Fortitude. But what are you grateful for? First of all, what are you grateful for? RVT time, cheers. What are you grateful for today? I have so many things. So last week, one of our top fans, her name is Cheryl, she contacted me in a message and said, Jen, my uncle is coming into town and he watches your show and he's been so inspired through this season that he's going through. He was apparently going through a tough season. She didn't give me any details. And she said, I would love to surprise him by taking him to lunch with you. Would you be at all willing to meet us for lunch? Who knows? I said yes to that. We set up a time and a place. Yesterday, I got to meet with Cheryl and her uncle, and she brought her husband and her family. We made it this big family affair, and we had such a great time at Salsaritas. And it turns out he lives in an RV too. What are the odds of that? Anybody else out there? Anybody else live in an RV? Like, I didn't know, I really don't know anybody until him. I don't know anybody else that lives full time in an RV like I do. So come on, message me if you know somebody that does. This is so great. Oh, I see you. I see that you are messaging in. Yes, Fortitude right here for those of you who are homeschooling right now. I cheers to you. I tip my hat to you, and I think today's episode is really going to help you. So let's talk about what happened. Can we just talk about it? That's what we do on the show. We just talk about life. So, as you know, if you have seen the episode on getting out of your comfort zone, I think it might have been Monday's episode, that was spurred on that topic of getting out of your comfort zone and how profound growth and radical success happen outside of your comfort zone. Now, some of you are homeschooling right now. Some of you are dealing with A day, B day. Some of you are dealing with some work situations and you're uncomfortable. You're uncomfortable. And this episode on Monday talked about how we can go outside of our comfort zones to grow. And it was spurred on by the fact of last week I was having a conversation with a friend about getting out of our comfort zones. And he had mentioned that to get out of his comfort zone, one thing that he really wanted to do was to speak on a stage. But he just has terrible stage fright. He gets very nervous, very anxious when he's in front of people speaking. But he knows that in order to get to what he wants to do, which is one day be up in front of a crowd, he's going to have to get outside of his comfort zone. So we were talking about it, and he made this joke. And he said to me, you always live outside your comfort zone. There's probably nothing that makes you uncomfortable. And instantly in my head, Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, run 2 miles. Okay, if you have joined me for a Workout Wednesday any other week, you know that running is not my thing. I believe I've done 2 sprint triathlons. I've done a half marathon in my past, way past. And I vowed after that unless being chased, I was not going to run. No, I am not a runner. I will swim. I will do CrossFit. I will lift weights. I am not a runner. But in that moment, have you ever had that happen before? where you're in a conversation and then you just know Holy Spirit is speaking to you. Like you just sense, you know, that was not your own thought. Run 2 miles. That is definitely not my thought. So you just know. So later that night, I started to just pray into it. And I said, well, what was that? And I just kept hearing over and over in my head, 2 miles for 30 days, 2 miles for 30 days, 2 miles for 30 days. That is not what I wanted to hear. That is outside of my comfort zone. And Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, bingo. Exactly. I want to teach you something while you are outside of your comfort zone. Day 1. I did it, man. My time was not good. Now, thankfully, Holy Spirit didn't put a time on it for me, but I ran, okay? Every day I have run, and I have run it straight. Now, not fast. Some of you could probably, Gus might be able to crawl faster than I run, but I've done it. I've done the 2 miles. I went for it. But let's talk about what happened today. I'm ready. I go out for my run. This is what we're doing now. I go out for that run, and I know in this location where I'm at, it is 3 laps is 2 miles. I get through with lap 1 1/4. And do you know what popped up here? You should just walk the rest. I mean, that'll count, right? Like, we could just walk the rest. It's okay. It's still 2 miles. You're still doing 2 miles. And besides, you had friends over, so you kind of splurged a little bit and didn't quite stick to your diet. That's probably why you're feeling a little sluggish. You didn't quite get as much sleep last night because, well, we had to get in our workout last night. Oh, that's probably why, too. That's probably why I feel tired. And I should probably walk because I just ran last night at like 9:40 at night till 10. And so right now running, I'm just tired and I could just walk. I don't even want to call them excuses because they're really not excuses. They're justifications. I'm still going to do it. I was still going to do the 2 miles, but I was just going to tweak it a little bit to make me more comfortable. It's not the way it works. I mean, I could have. First of all, I could have stopped altogether. And see, that's the other thing justification told me. Justification said, well, at least you're not quitting. I mean, you could stop right now, but you're not going to stop. You're at least going to walk the rest. And I, in that moment, had to fire justification. Did you hear me? I had to fire justification. I used to do this seminar called Fire Morning Brain. And it's how in the morning, how to get up and how to be excited in the morning and how to not hit the snooze button 15 times. And I used to say you have to fire morning brain because the morning brain will always talk you out of getting up early. So I had to apply the same principle to running. And so I fired justification. As I'm trucking along, I said, no, this is not what we're going to do. I said I was going to run for 30 days. I keep promises to myself. I think it's very important to keep promises to other people. If you even just say that you're going to do something for someone else, keep that commitment. You're probably very committed to doing that. But I want to encourage you to keep commitments to yourself. That is so vital. If you've told yourself you are going to do something for you, you need to do it. That's so important in character. Okay, trucking along, justification is running. Anybody else out there ever dealt with justification? Like your brain wants to talk you out of what you know you really want to do? Anybody else? You get it? Yes, a thumbs up. You understand what I'm saying? And I had to make a choice. I mean, I wasn't going to not do the 2 miles, right? It would have been okay. But that wasn't the commitment I had made to myself. My commitment was run 2 miles for 30 days. Okay. So I kept going. I did the lap 2. I had fired justification. Man, was I glad I had fired justification. That word fortitude came back up. And I remembered last year and the things I had endured through last year. And I'm round and round 2. And I'm going into the 3rd lap. And guess who showed up again? Justification. It's just the last lap. It doesn't matter. It's not that much more. I mean, after all, you did do over half. You ran over half. Just walk the rest. It's okay. It's all right. And this was so cool. I love it when God gives me life lessons right in the middle of something. I looked at my watch and I saw on my watch the time. And I realized I had 9 minutes. 9 minutes before my online class. I do an online workout class every day. I realized I had 9 minutes before that class was going to start. I didn't have time to walk. Can you get this? Oh, he who has ears, let him hear. I didn't have time to walk. Because if I would have walked that last lap, which was going to take me 7 minutes to run that last lap, if I would have walked it, it would have taken me too much time. Then I would have been late for my online class. I don't have time to walk. I'm going to have to run this one. And all of a sudden, justification was gone. Because no longer was there time for justification. No longer was there time for justification to give me excuses. I was going to miss my class, or at least the first part of it, if I would have walked. We don't have time to walk right now. I know that the enemy wants you complacent. I know many of you are not in your normal routine right now. Man, school's not helping because, now you're doing A day, B day, your kid's going, your kid's not going. Some of you are having to homeschool right now. It's craziness. But we don't have time to walk. We don't have time to justify in those things that we need to get done. God has placed things on your heart. He's given you a whole lot of time, a whole lot of quarantine time to start those things. Maybe it's to start a workout plan. Maybe it's to eat healthier. Maybe it's to start an online class. Maybe it's to start a business. Maybe it's to start your nonprofit. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know what your dream is, what your desire is, but let me tell you, we don't have time to walk. Run towards that dream. I do not know why I am running 2 miles every day for 30 days. I don't know, but I don't have to know. When God tells me to do something, I just say yes, sir, and do it. I've learned better than to ask, now why do I have to do that? Now why do you want me to do that? Because usually his answer would be far greater than I could even comprehend. I usually don't understand why I had to do something he told me to do until way after I've taken the obedient leap of faith to do it. I don't know why I'm running 2 miles right now. I just know I'm doing it because he told me to do it. So I'm uncomfortable doing it, but I'm doing it because he told me to. You have a desire in your heart and you're thinking to yourself, but it would be uncomfortable to go and do it. It would be uncomfortable to have to try. Justification's going to come in. Excuses are going to come, but we don't have time to walk, friends. It's time to run. It's time to run towards the desire of your heart because pretty soon we're going to understand why that desire was there. And if you haven't fulfilled it, I'm afraid it's going to be too late. I'm afraid it's going to be too late. I don't know what's coming in the days, weeks. I don't even know what's coming in the next hour. I just know that I want to walk every single day, every single hour, every single moment, obedient to God. And that means I'm obedient to the desires of my heart. Because I'm in alignment with God. He puts desires in my heart for a reason. And I need not to just walk slowly, maybe lethargically, maybe with excuses, maybe starting and stopping and starting and stopping and laying down for a while. No. This is a time to run toward your desires. Run towards the desires that God has placed in your heart. Stand up, have some fortitude, put your tennis shoes on, and let's go. It's time to run. I want to run with you. Can you give me a thumbs up? Can you give me a heart if you are going to take that first step to run? You're going to have to get out of the boat. You know, if you want to walk on water, you got to get out of the boat. You're going to have to take that one step before you can keep running. I want to see you do it. I believe you can do it. I'm telling you, now is the time. I don't know why. I just know that I don't want to miss out. I just know I don't want next week or 30 days from now, or actually I only have 25 days left in case anybody's counting on this running thing. I don't know why. I don't know what's going to happen in 25 days, but I don't want to sit it out right now and then get to 25 days from now and go, oh man, that's why he told me to run 2 miles every day. Oh man, I should have listened. I don't want to live in that regret. So I just want to be obedient. And I want to encourage you to be obedient as well. Whatever that desire is that he's placed in your heart, pick up your tennis shoes and let's run. I love you. I believe in you. Message me with whatever it is. I want to pray in agreement with you that you can do it. And hey, if you need help, let's do it together. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.